There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done, 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 done. When the hope don't make fall, when the fire don't make the fall away, don't make the count your money, sitting at the table, time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Guillermo. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And my God, man, this film, Carter, sound like Jackie Chan. Carter! Guess this on Netflix, and this was an adrenaline rush. Now, it does have its issues. It's over 2 hours long. The plot isn't, it's there. But you know what? If you love action, and you're an action junkie like me, this will give you, the big pop-a pump. I will say that. It does have a cliffhanger ending, which I don't like. I think that hurts the film a bit. But I'm sure it's because they want a sequel. I'll tell you one thing, I hope there is a sequel if it has as much insane crap as this does. But this is the thing, you don't know if there'll be a sequel, so that's why I'm like, just don't do a sequel bait ending. Just wait. And if you do another one, you do another one. You know, it's not going to win points in terms of plot or acting, but like I said, insanity, action. You think Ambulance with Michael Bay had a lot of droning shots where the camera flies around? This makes Michael Bay's Ambulance look like My Dinner with Andre, or I don't know, Clerks, Kevin Smith's Clerks, compared to, I mean, the movie, I like the gimmick of making it look all like it's in one shot, in one take. I'm a sucker for that gimmick. 1917 did it very well. Hardcore Henry, you could say. Kind of like a mix of a little bit of an infected virus movie, infected person movie, a bit of Crank, a bit of Hardcore Henry, a bit of South Korean Raid Redemption. This is a South Korean film where stars this guy named Ju Won. This guy wakes up, he has no memories, got a big old scar on the back of his head. These CIA people come with guns on him. He's got this voice in his head saying, you need to rescue the daughter of this biologist. Your daughter is sick with the virus, and you got a bomb, like in your tooth and your head, that will blow up. And that's when the shit hits the fan. And I mean, wow. This director, I mean, there's obvious, of course, CG manipulation to make it all look like one shot, so it's not as finite, it's not as smooth looking as maybe a Hollywood production would be. But just the balls out insanity kind of maybe disregard that. And it's very, very over the top. If you don't like a film that's unrealistic, you're going to hate this movie. But my God, it is like a video game movie. It truly is. I mean, when the first bit is he's told to give the phone to this woman, who is this? And a fucking shotgun shoots out, blows her face off, and our lead has to jump through the window, go into another place, which is a bathhouse, and there's about 50 people, half-naked bad guys there. And I swear he fights and kills like all 50 of them. Maybe more. Maybe there was 60 or 70. There's like not at least 50 people. And all done in one take, and the camera is swirling around here, swirling around there, swirling around there, going around, blah blah blah, going through windows, in the water, fucking up people, out of the water of this bathhouse. And I had never ever heard of this film before. I mean, where the fuck did this film come from? Because you looked at the poster and you looked at the title Carter. I thought it would just be like a whatever. I didn't know it was a one-take movie to make it look like it's all in one shot. I didn't know this shit was going to happen. And I'm sitting there, I'm sick. My nose is bubbling with snot. Too much information. I'm coughing. And I'm like, got my eyes peeled. Like, what the fuck, man? And like I said, the story, he has no memory. I already told you he's told to find this daughter of this biologist, rescue her, get out of there. Is he working with North Korea? Did he used to be the CIA guy called Michael Bain? We find out a bit of when he regains his memory. But not everything is dotted. All the the I's are not dotted. Not all the T's are crossed. That whole thing is the CIA, Michael Bain. That's still a bit hazy by the end of it. He is, but how did he get there? How did that happen? And it's still pretty hazy. The acting is there. I wouldn't say Ju-won is the next Jackie Chan or Jet Li but I gotta applaud his physicality. His physicality and the stuff that they had him do in this is pretty damn insane. He's fucked up like 50 people in this bathhouse. Then you have this whole bit with the stairway. Then you have a motorcycle chase. I think he steals like a Papa John's motorcycle. He's going, and the way the camera is going like under cars, and there's a point this even stays under a car. And I'm sure there's a lot of CG manipulation, but at the same time, I'm like, there's some shots that are going, how the hell did they do that shot? And how the hell did they do that shot? And at the end of the day, it's just one big visceral visual experience. And that's really the forefront. If you don't care about that, you're probably not going to get much out of the movie. But if you do, that, like, for me, I was able to just sit back, relax, and just let this adrenaline rush flow through me. And I mean, he's sliding down and shooting people. It's just some of the crazy shit. I mean, this makes Fast and Furious films look like, I don't know. Try to think of a good comparison. Like, if you think Fast and Furious is over the top, I mean, there's bits where this girl is in this van, and then there's a van on this side and a van on this side, and she's about ready to fall out. He flips on a motorcycle and is still able to push her back in the damn van, and then still able to catch the van with his arms. And there's a bit where there's like a taxi, a van, another van, all the doors open. He's finding guys from one van to the other, and back and forth while they're all driving. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and the amount of drone camera work, and there's like a guy he takes and he puts his face right in the pavement as there is like, ooh, like, talk about fucking roadkill. There's a skydiving scene where they're skydiving and he's shooting a guy back and forth. There's a shootout during skydiving. There's the infected bit. It's not like a zombie movie. When you get infected, you're more violent. That only really comes into play in like the second half, maybe third act, as he's getting more into North Korea, and there's this infected on this wooden bridge, and the camera. You might get seasickness from this, and you might get very dizzy because the camera's never stopping and moving around like on this wooden bridge, and he's shooting back here, shooting there. She's falling through. He's grabbing her. Ba 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 ba. Piece of that wooden bridge is falling. Piece of that wooden bridge is falling. There's in this facility with all these holding cells. There's people crashing through this window, this window, this window. Ba 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 ba. This is fucking insane. Like just the amount of work. I could just see the amount of work and just exhaustion that went into this. I mean, there's a bit where he's hiding in this truck with all these like pigs, and there's like a bunch of bad guys and vehicles and machine guns, and having to use the pigs as shield as they're getting shot, and then gets on the jeep, on top of a jeep, finding swirling around the jeep. He does it later on a helicopter, where there's bad guys swimming on choppers with a line, and he grabs on the guy, beats him up, climbing in around the fucking chopper like a damn monkey. It's just so balls out insane, where the director just said, fuck it, I don't care how ridiculous it is, I'm gonna go gun-ho, full tilt boogie on this. And it was infectious to me. It was infectious, and having a lot of fun. It's insane. It's unrealistic as fuck. There's a bit where he's on a helicopter, and the fucking helicopter does a damn flip like this. But you either go with it or you don't. And I went with it, and I had a lot of fun with this movie. This is easily definitely my favorites of 2022. Now, to get more into spoilers starting now, spoilers. I'm not 100% sure on how to feel about the lead guy, because he's not the strongest actor, but he does fine for what he's given to do, to be fair. But it's like, okay, if he's working for North Korea, are any of these other people actually bad guys that he's killing? Like, he's killing people in the CIA, and if he used to be CIA, is he technically the bad guy? Great, he has no memory, and he's just trying to protect himself and save his daughter. So I guess I look at it that way. But it's kind of like, it seems easier to root for John Wick, because you know the people, they're all assassins and more your bad guys. Once in a while you have a little transition that you can tell a bit more CGI heavy. But again, I could let that go with just the infectious insanity I was enjoying. Some people may not like the camera work and try to be all in one take. They might get seasick or dizzy. To me, it was just visceral and exciting to me. So I actually rather liked it. I rather enjoyed it that way. Like I said, you don't get. It's not like the most original plot. Guy rescue girl. Girl the key to everything. Girl has the cure. At each place they go to, they get fucked over. The CIA, South Korea, North Korea. So it's not like it's going to have big twists in terms of plot or stuff that, oh, I didn't see that coming, that type of stuff. The ending, I don't care for the cliffhanger ending because you find out that he is a North Korean guy. He wanted his family out because of this virus. They said, no, you're not because you're a spy, and we don't let people like you leave. Fine, let me do this mission where I gotta rescue this girl to bring her back so that we could save people here. You can even wipe my memory so that I won't give away secrets. And he succeeds. The girl that's been talking to him is actually his loved one, his wife. And they do have a kid who is sick. So he's able to save his wife. His kid's able to be healed. They have the other kid he's been protecting the whole movie, and her dad, who's a biologist. So after they get screwed over by North Korea, big surprise, I know. All this crazy, insane action happens. Which I don't even know I want to go into describing it. I would just go see it so I don't spoil it for people. But then the very end, there's a cliffhanger where they're on a train, everything's safe, it's going. Then a piece of the bridge blows out. It looks like the train's ready to go off. Cuts to black. That was really stupid. I would say this, if you watch the film, as soon as they get on the train and you see a train going over a bridge, just end the movie. Just stop watching. They obviously did that. I mean, considering what the guy survived, this is nothing. A bridge going out is nothing. When you look at what this guy survived, this is like a cakewalk. This would be a cakewalk. So, it's just one of those things where I hope there's a sequel, but just save that for the next one. Just save that for the next movie. Save that for the next Carter 2 Electric Boogaloo or whatever it could be called. Because you don't know if there... Because I don't know how this film did. This film could have bombed and that's it. So, like I say, if you watch the film, I would say just stop at that point. But man, just I did not know anything about this movie, and I'll say it. If you like action, if you like movies that try to be one take, like everything's done in one shot. There's some rough around the edges quality to it, to be sure. I don't think the movie need to be over 2 hours long. There's a couple slow spots I think could have been tightened up a bit. Like I would say between yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I think maybe if I watch it again, they wouldn't bother me as much. Just a lot of time when I watch, I'm like, okay, movie impressed me, and this movie again impressed me with this sheer audacity. I don't know how else to describe it without giving shit away. It just, if you want a big adrenaline rush, Carter is definitely worth a look. I'll say that. Holy shit. That's probably what I write. An adrenaline rush. Carter, 2022. If I can, I'll put a link to the, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a little something. I don't know. We'll see. But man, it's fucking insane. So with that said, Thanks for watching. Take care. Just give it a look. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But if you want just action and action alone, it was just a nice welcome rush when I was under the weather, and it was a nice kind of. Other than, again, with a few changes, I would give it a higher rating. Just take off the cliffhanger ending, smooth out some of the little effect shots here and there. And again, while it's very over the top and very, this is not realistic at all, it was infectiously fun. Pun intended. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.